Slayer has been activated.
Enemies like the Cosmic Baron. Twin-bladed brute, he attacks with relentless pressure, and at range releases a flurry of psionic attacks that can block your projectiles and rip through your precious health. But fear not, because embedded in his attacks are parry windows that a skilled Doomslayer should be able to exploit should he or she be brave enough to stand and fight. All the strongest foes in Dark Ages require this kind of aggression. You weave your way through the maze of projectiles just like in classic Doom, to then go toe-to-toe with the biggest demons we've ever created. And after you've dispatched with the Cosmic Baron, be careful, because rising above the dark horizon, you'll find the powerful Cacodemon, a hybrid between the two dimensions and newly designed for this game. This floating mass of telepathic terror will stun players with his advanced shield attacks and cripple you with his tentacle strikes should you allow him to get close. But you can counter these enemies' assaults with a new weapon, born from the mollusk swamps of the Carthul Marshes, an ancient tool from dimensions beyond our own, the Reaver Shot. A brutal ballistic iron mace of death. Fire it quickly to unleash a light attack to a single foe. Hold down the trigger to charge the Chaos Sphere and unleash brutal long-range melee strikes, turning your enemy's insides into demonic pulp. This weapon is unlike anything we've ever had in an id game. It brings the fantastic melee combat featured in Doom the Dark Ages to a whole new, brutal level of bone-breaking destruction. The sound, the design, the visuals, this weapon is amazing. There are so many more secrets to reveal and legends to forge here in this new world we've crafted for you. I think you'll find your time here to be full of intrigue and bloody, bone-crunching mayhem. And it will all look amazing on your PlayStation 5, featuring cutting-edge, ludicrous mode graphics powered by the all-new id Tech 8. The innovations in this latest version of id Tech allows us to have more content visible on screen than ever before. Bigger spaces with longer views, more enemies to fight, more destruction, better feedback, a better gaming experience. We have fully dynamic lighting powered through ray tracing, which has allowed us to iterate faster during development, empowering our team to make better art faster. id Tech 8 is a purpose-built engine made specifically for Doom: The Dark Ages, with performance that's buttery smooth at 60 frames per second. This game will play as good as it looks.
Got 22 levels of incredible FPS single-player combat. Tons of gameplay innovations like the shield saw, flail, crazy guns, with huge worlds to explore, and an awesome roller coaster ride of an action story to carry you through to the finish. This will be an epic odyssey through a savage world full of powerful villains, crazy locations, and awesomely brutal weapons.
You will bear witness to the cyclopean architecture of this Lovecraftian dimension as you explore its darkest secrets and battle its most insane enemies. An unholy union between hell and the cosmic realm has been formed. Why, you ask? Well, you're gonna need to watch the story to find out. No spoilers here today. But this partnership has given birth to some new type of adversaries for the Slayer to fight.
Should be guided.
They lied to us. And now he has a leash.
He's not one of us.
Our enemy is divided. The time is now.
They fear him, and so your dominion over hell is not absolute.
Avoid the Slayer. Focus on breaking humans first.
That demon, he's after something. That much power in Hell's hands. None of us would survive. Bishop Creed, we need him.
Launch the Slayer.
Impact confirmed. The Slayer has been activated.
And under the hood, for the first time in an id game, we've made our combat more approachable and flexible than ever before, with a new difficulty system and sliders that will allow players to tune the speed and challenge of the game to whatever fits them best. You can slow things down or speed them up. It's a Doom for all Slayers.
And the gameplay doesn't end with just the Slayer. We finally have for you, you've been waiting for 2 games now, to get in and pilot your very own 30-story Atlan, which is a mech. It's the size of a building, it's powerful, and you can beat giant Titan-sized demons to death with your gauntleted fists. And if that wasn't enough, we also have for you your very own fire-breathing, Gatling gun-toting cybernetic dragon. Neither of these are one-and-done features either. They have a full suite of abilities and even mini-bosses. The spectacle is epic, the power fantasy is unlike anything we've made it in, and the combat systems behind these features are deep and tons of fun. And as cool as all that is, we know that fans of single-player action games expect more than just great combat to pull them through the experience. So we're excited to share with you not just the gunplay, but the world of Doom: The Dark Ages. Your hero's journey will take you to the far reaches of the Doom universe. Mysterious worlds from the Slayer's past, dark forests, dungeons, ancient hellscapes, battlefields, and worlds beyond. And through exploration, you'll be unlocking new abilities and godlike powers every step of the way. Now armed with your trusty shield saw, you're gonna cut, leap, and smash your way through environments full of secrets and treasures. There's always something new waiting to be discovered or destroyed. Now let's take a closer look at just one of the many missions you'll experience in Doom: The Dark Ages. In this level, you will meet the enemy at the gates and save a city from certain destruction. Explore the medieval battlefield outside the castle walls, seeking out targets and enemy formations along the way to engage with as you see fit, with any gun you choose. Explore what is the largest play space ever in a Doom game, discovering secret caves and dungeon-like mines in search of vital resources. You control the pace of the game, where you go, who you fight, and the objectives you pursue. It's a Doom sandbox full of war and riches. Once you've broken the enemy assault, head back to the main gates, because the battle isn't over yet. And the soundtrack to your epic adventures will be composed by the award-winning team at Finishing Move, providing you with a metal soundscape that's loaded with guitars, medieval vibes, and pure adrenaline. You'll feel like you're expanding the legend of the Slayer with every mission you complete. And speaking of that legend, the story of Doom: The Dark Ages, like everything else in the game, is big. It's a summer blockbuster event with everything on the line, and you are the star of the show. Your power is coveted by your enemies and withheld from your allies. With the Slayer imprisoned at the start of our story, the balance of power between good and evil is shifting, and time is running out. It's a new story and the perfect entry point for new players. It's easier to access now as we've taken the narrative out of the codex and into the cutscenes, featuring new characters, old allies, and powerful new villains. And for returning players, it leads directly into the Doom 2016 Slayer's Testaments. It's an action story worthy of the Slayer's legend. In Doom: The Dark Ages, you will feel like the superweapon in the center of a medieval war against hell. Set in a cinematic sci-fi fantasy world full of locations to explore, powerful weapons to unlock, and enemies to conquer. This is a prequel to Doom 2016, and that's given us the opportunity to reimagine every aspect of this experience. So if you're new to the franchise, then Doom: The Dark Ages will be the perfect entry point into the series. And if you're a longtime fan, then you'll be proud to see, in a lot of ways, the feel of the game is really a return to form. So let's break it down, starting with the combat. In Doom Eternal, you felt like a fighter jet. In Doom: The Dark Ages, you'll be an iron tank. Heavy, strong, but still fast. A grounded combat system with an emphasis on power over the acrobatics of Doom Eternal. And a balance between enemy projectiles and player movement speed that makes strafing to aim viable again, just like in the classic Doom games. But it's not all about nostalgia. Innovation is the goal, always. And so for Doom the Dark Ages, it's an all-new world with new tools and new mechanics to master. Let me introduce you to the Shield Saw. Block. Throw. Parry. Deflect. All from one input. It's contextual, tons of depth on a single button press. You know, we want every Doom game to stand on its own as a unique experience. So in 2016, we asked you to run and gun. In Doom Eternal, it was jump and shoot. And in Doom the Dark Ages, you're gonna stand and fight. And the Shield Saw will give you the strength to go head-to-head with some of the biggest, baddest demons we've ever created at id. But that's not all, because if you're gonna stand and fight, then you gotta have something to follow up that opening parry with. How about an iron flail? Or maybe an electrified gauntlet? Or even a Doom spiked mace? That's right, we have 3 melee options that are part of a melee system. All on one input, complete with combos and upgrades, and it's totally awesome. And you can finish off the demons now with an all-new, unsynced, completely in the player's control glory kill system. From any angle, in and out, as you see fit. And it feels amazing. You'll feel unstoppable smashing your way through the horde with total freedom. And that seems like a ton, but that's just 2 inputs. We got one more really important button that we haven't talked about yet. The trigger. That's right, we've saved the best for last. Doom has and always will be all about the guns, and Dark Ages has some of the most ridiculously powerful weapons that we've ever created. Mean. Ancient. Brutal torture machines, built to butcher, impale, and shred the minions of hell with. Only in Doom. That's the mission statement for the design of these never-before-seen, insanely fun-to-use tools of mayhem that only the Slayer has the power to wield. So let's take a look at some extended gameplay footage and see how these medieval mechanics synergize with the enemies and the environments to form the new combat loop for Doom the Dark Ages.
All the power of hell, cowering before one man.
Engines online.